this next comic, he's originally from here, but he's been doing it in Colorado for like 5 years. He's hometown. He's here for the weekend. We're so lucky to have him. Give it up for Bear Love! Yo, how we doing, Lansing? Oh, I love it. Louder than Denver. That's what I like to hear. And I look young, but I actually come from a different time. I've had a beeper in my day. And it wasn't even to sell weed yet. It was so my mom could tell me to come home. And like I said, I come from a different time. I saw Blockbuster get put out of business by Netflix. Yes. I saw one of my favorite Toys R Us get put out of business by Amazon. I saw heroin get put out of business by fentanyl. I come from a time where you could find a mystery bag of powders on the barroom floor and go home and have a good night. Nowadays, you have to know chemistry in order to take that cocaine home. I didn't come from free love like the hippies, but I at least came from mystery bag of powders is okay. But Lansing feels good for a hippie. I feel safe here because you guys went and legalized pot.
Let's go!
Kind of put me out of a job, though. Nobody tells you what happened to the weed man, the one that made it out. He delivers pizza now. DoorDash. And these kids dressed up as police for Halloween, they're slowing down your food, I'm sorry. But you guys think it's easy being a hippie because I don't have a real job? But how many times have you used your job to get out of doing things you didn't want to do? These people know I don't have to work in the morning. I had to move a fish tank on Tuesday. I'm going out to Charlotte this weekend to pick up a pit bull. I thought it would be nice if my friend got over his breakup with his girlfriend by getting off of my couch, but instead we're getting a dog. Great. Sometimes it would be easier to have a real job. Be a real boy. Any parents in the crowd? Yes! Hippies, we're pretty childish ourselves, so we don't have a lot of kids. You guys keep track of the height of your kids and see how good they're doing? We keep track of the length of our hair. As the last time we saw a judge. I'm doing pretty good. But my buddy, his parents are hippies. And growing up is confusing enough, but how do you go through that rebellious phase when you've got hippie parents? Get a job, go to school, get a degree, vote Republican, hopefully not. It's kind of hard to run away from your dad's teepee, and he chases you down on horseback and says, "It's cool, bro, we can talk about it." But hippies did some good things for society. They invented the word grounded. You know, take away the TV, take away the tablet, get grounded. Before that, we just beat our kids. I think I'm still grounded. A spooning in my buddy's family means laying with your lover. A spooning in my family means getting hit with a wooden spoon when you try and taste the gravy too soon. My buddy, he's got hippie parents in Colorado, and he got to choose his own punishment when he got in trouble. I was like, what does that even mean? He's like, yeah, we got caught toilet paper and we couldn't see our best friends for a week. That's what we chose. I was like, I got to choose the stick my grandma would whoop me with off of the tree. You know, differences when you've got hippie parents. But, you know, I took my buddy, he's got hippie parents, to Burning Man. You know, and I'm going by Bear Love, which is not my birth name. And their birth names are Solmar and Blu-ray. They've got hippie parents. And they were like, what's our Burning Man name? What's our Burning Man name? And they realized they already came with Burning Man names. So the whole Burning Man, they went by Bob and Sam. You go by Bob, I'll go by Sam. It'll work out perfect. But like I said, when you guys legalized pot, you guys put me out of work. I used to grow pot up out in the hills here. And basically, the worst thing that can happen when you're growing pot is what? The police to show up. Second worst is you can run out of Kool-Aid. And that happened to us. And have you guys ever been so stoned you thought you invented something that you didn't know? That happened to me. For 3 days, I'm growing pot. And nobody called me out. We're out of Kool-Aid. But I look up in the cabinet. My girlfriend shops at Costco, so we've got a bunch of Kool-Aid up there. And I look up there, and there's no Kool-Aid. But all these hippies had brought tea to my weed grow. I don't drink tea because I'm of Scottish descent, and we were part of the Revolutionary War. So, but I get to my inventing side, and I say, okay, we're going to make some sugar water, and we're going to flavor it with the tea, which is better than the artificial flavors of the Kool-Aid anyways. And I live out by Red Rocks, and so Nobody called me out. I'm telling my family, I'm going to start a stand at Red Rocks with the different flavors of sugar water tea. My girlfriend didn't call me out for 3 days. You want another batch of sugar water tea, honey? What flavor? My friends thought there was pot in it, probably, knowing me. But it was just celestial seasons, sleepy time. But your family will keep you in check. My cousin came up from Texas, and he says, "This is really good, Bear, but you did not invent sweet tea." But I got a little bit of gray in my beard now, and I'm doing this comedy thing, so you can say I'm going through a midlife crisis. But our generation just does not do a midlife crisis correctly. My dad, he bought a Corvette, spins in circles, with his GM pension. Our generation doesn't have Corvette money. So a midlife crisis for our generation looks like 35-year-old should be trading recipes with the other moms at school, but instead this weekend she's getting her head shaved this weekend. Britney Spears, that's a midlife crisis for my generation. I'm still trying to date. I'm not picking on the girls, the single guys, they're doing it too. G.I. Joe, he should have joined the military 25 years ago, I guess, but he's been working in a factory with his dad the last 25 years. His knees are gone. But you'll find him this weekend at Bass Pro Shop, looking for night vision goggles to hunt a deer this week. If you need night vision goggles to hunt a deer, you're not the warrior we need, Tanner. All right, let's bring Rio back up. Let's